Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketa Secha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चित् नायं कुतश्चिन्न बभूव कश्चित् अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. When we discuss and try to understand this mantra, which reveals the nature of the Atma, Atma means I, myself, then what we find that we all jivas have two identities. One identity is with which we introduce ourselves to this world when they inquire, or we fill up all the applications, or if other people introduce us, and that's our empirical identity as I am so and so. And this identity arises from the identification with the assemblage of the body, the pranas, the senses, the mind, the intellect. Without all of them, we cannot introduce ourselves. And what we discovered, that all these individually or even collectively do not have their own Chetana, consciousness. That Chaitanya is something different. And that Chaitanya is that whichever exists as consciousness, which is not an effect of any cause, nor itself is cause of anything. It is beyond cause and effect. Also we found it is beyond these three periods of time. All other factors we find, they come to existence, they grow, decay, die. So that which comes and goes like that, that cannot be our absolute identity. Now this Chaitanya, in the presence of it, all these things happen, but itself remains totally free from all the qualities, attributes, properties, activities of the body, of the mind, and this ego, aham bhava. This Shuddha Chaitanya is our true identity. So now the question that was asked, please reveal to me that which is free from cause and effect and beyond three periods of time. This is Chaitanya, our own Swarupa. Nachiketa also asked, what is that which is beyond the dharma, adharma, punya, papa, merit, sins? Now, to understand that point, some basic thinking is required. Look at a small baby. That baby goes on playing, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. Does that baby, that child, has any papa punya? Do we say that you are doing papa? You are doing punya? The child is free from that papa punya. Even the body is there, senses are there, activity is there, but there is no merit sins for that child. Even when the child grows, even to some extent, until that boy attains what you call the legal entity as a major, as long as he remains minor, even that time also he is excused from many things. But once the person has this strong identity, awareness, I am so and so, and has personal likes and dislikes, and the motives, because the papa punya, they come not in action itself, but the intentions and motives. And even in this world also, even if some person is charged of a murder, it has to be proved beyond doubt that there was any motive behind that. So what we find, the papa, punya, sins and merits, all they come into being or they accrue to that person incurs them only when there is this identity of I am so and so, and the sense of doership is there. And deliberate there is an action that I do this for this result. Every time the action may not be bad or anything like that, but the punya papa will be there only when karta bhav, bhokta bhav is there. Sense of doership and enjoyership of the results. Then only whatever good or bad, bound by laws, etc., they come into picture. Now just think, this identity, empirical identity with which we work, naturally there will be judgment of actions, and they will be classified, and the person also will be held responsible also. But think, when a person is awakened to his true nature, which is this Chaitanya na jayate mriyate, and that alone I am, and there is no such thing as doership, enjoyership. What papa and punya can be there for him? See, a little child living in total ignorance and therefore doesn't have doership, enjoyership. But the principle is, as long as there is doership, enjoyership, personal raga, dveshas with which we perform actions, then only good or bad, all this come into picture. Now, in case of child or even in animals, no papa punya for animals also. Only where there is this bhava. Now, the enlightened person whom we call is awakened to this self. So there is no doership, there is no enjoyership. That person also has the body and all that. All the great men of realizations, they also lived here in this world. We find Dharmaraj himself is also teaching this Vidya. But they are not bound. Because this Atma Tattva is beyond this papa, punya, because they can come only with identification with all these conditionings, what we call the body-mind complex. This is indicated in the next mantra. If you read the literal translation of that, it can be a little frightening also. What is said here, mantra number 19th, Hantachen manyate hantum, Hataschen manyate hatam, Ubhautau navijanito, Nayam hanti na hanyate. Now see the translation. Hanta. Hanta means the one who is a killer. A person who is killer. And he thinks that he is a killer. And Hantachen manyate. And he thinks, I am going to kill this Atma. When he sees the other person and says, I am going to kill you, whom are you going to kill? And the other person also thinks, oh, I am killed. Hataschet, and the one who is killed thinks that he is killed. The killer thinks he is killing. The killed thinks he is killed. Bhagavan says, Ubhautavana vijanita. Both of them don't know. Because Nayam hanti na hanyate. I am Atma. This Atma neither he kills nor is killed by anyone. Now, even though the extreme action is pointed out, Hanta, but what we have to understand is, this Chaitanya Atma cannot be a doer of any action. Cannot be a doer of any action. And cannot become an object of any action. See, this is what you have to understand. Generally what I say, I am a doer. So I am the doer. If somebody is acting on me, then I become the object of the action of that person. When I am doing something for a particular result, then I say I am the producer of this result. And when I experience, I am the enjoyer of this result. Sometimes I may even motivate someone to do something, incite someone else to do. All these things are possible. But as far as the Chaitanya, in whose presence all activities take place, that Chaitanya Atma is not a doer of any action, it is not an object of any action, it is not a result of any action, it does not become the enjoyer of any action, and also is not a prompter inciting anybody. This is there even in the Bhagavad Gita in the 2nd chapter also. Kam ghatayati hantikam ya enam vetti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tavana vijanita. This is the 2nd line as it is there also. This point is rather subtle and very difficult to understand. That's why I said, if you literal translation, if you see, and a killer kills, now suppose somebody reads this much only from Gita, and without understanding what is the empirical entity, what is the absolute identity, not knowing that, I say, oh, and that one person killed somebody. He was taken to the court. And he said, I have not killed anybody. And he is not also killed. Because it is said in the Upanishad, Gita, I am neither a killer nor he is killed. That man thought the judge had never read Gita Upanishad. But he also had studied very well. So he said, okay, death sentence is given to you. I am not the giver of death sentence, and you also will not be hanged. This is called misinterpretations and misuse of this kind of thinking. What is to be understood here? As I said, that the principle is, all the karma phala, everything depends upon where you are. where your identification is. Suppose somebody sitting silently. Apparently, it may appear that he is not doing anything, but deliberately he is sitting quietly, looking for an opportunity to do something. Then, even that superficially not doing also will be called as doing only. Because that action is not determined by the only kriya, the movement. But what is behind that? What is the motive? What is the sense that, what bhavana is there behind? So now, this Atma Tattvam, we are talking of our real identity. This identity, this Atma, is untouched by all this papa, punya. And that means what? The one who is a knower of this knowledge and knows this true self and firmly abides in that knowledge, that person is only called an enlightened person. Then what are all activities are done? It's not that he does not do anything. But there is no identification with the upadhis. There is no attachment to the results of anything. And therefore all actions are there, but still they are considered as inaction and not bound by anything. This point is very, very difficult to understand sometimes. Sometimes even the nature of the self which is indicated, that someone may be able to grasp it, but to understand a man of wisdom is almost like an impossible kind of thing, unless someone himself or herself becomes that enlightened. Because all these activities go on, and then this is called antakarnishta dharma. This enlightenment is within the heart. And how to understand that? So therefore when he says anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat krita kritat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha yattat pashyasi tadvada. So Yamraj said, yes, that is indicated by Om. And that Om is pointing the Chaitanya only. This Chaitanya which is Sat, ever is. There is no question of its coming into existence for some time and going away. It is Sat Swarupa. And it is Chaitanya Swarupa. Satchit, Ananta, infinite. Ananda, because the completeness is there. This Chaitanya Atma. And then you said, what you see that you teach me. This is what I am seeing. Yamraj says, this is what I see, I know very clearly, this is me. And I am saying, this is you. Here Vedanti Guru does not say only, I am this and you are a miserable person. No, Vedanta Guru says, Tattvamasi, that you are. Nachiketa, you understand? Nachiketa was looking at yes, understanding. But the knowledge is so fascinating. We want to hear more. Again, here in this world also, anything, something, even a food also, some food you like, you want it again, or some listening to some beautiful music, and you ask the singer once more, or you like a picture, you keep on looking at different from angles. So Nachiketa also wanted to know more and more. Oh, this is me. And all of us must understand this is our true self. Yesterday I was giving you the example of the electricity. See, the electricity, because of that, the fan moves, rotates. But the moving and rotation belongs to that fan and not to the electricity. Electricity is akarta only. So here, this Atma Chaitanya must be understood. Acha, Bhagavan. Now, direct answer is given here. But now when you listen to it for the first time, it is astounding. And it takes some time to even understand and grasp also. I am also speaking for half an hour, and some people are telling me, oh, that was good, but I think I will have to listen to it again. Again, you will have to listen. It has to become really clear and sink in, or our own heart will get absorbed it. Yamaraj looked at Nachiketa. What is going on in your mind? So Nachiketa said, without words, Dharmaraj understood that this Atmat Sarupa is revealed, and this is what is indicated by Om. Remember, when we say Om, it is this Sarupa is indicated. So now Nachiketa's question is, Bhagavan, please tell me how to experience this Atma Tattva as it is. Because now we are all the time identified with our body, mind, intellect and all that. And identification with them, we go on acting. So we have not seen the self as it is without all these conditionings. And that's why, even when we hear this and we understand, we feel what it is, where it is, how to realize it, in the sense how to see it as it is, where there are no conditionings. What are the special qualities with which a person can see? It's a very, very pertinent question. And this question is answered in the next mantra we read, where again the Atma Swarupa is also pointed out, and who can realize, how to realize, all this is said in one beautiful mantra. Now this is the 20th mantra. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya jantor nihito guhayam tamakratu pashyati vita shoko dhatu prasadan mahimanamatmanaha. See the meaning. Anoho aniyan. Atma, this Atma. Already I told you Atma means the self, that I. But now this I got associated with so many things, and there also the body also we call Atma, this also we call Atma, but we are called the true Atma, the real that which is, this Atma, Anoho Aniyan. It is subtler than the subtlest. Oh. A molecule is there, and an atom is there, and then atom, there is electron, proton, neutron, and all that are there. These words are nice to impress other people, even though we know nothing about that. What is electron, what is a proton? We have not even seen also. This Atma is subtler than the subtlest. Anoho aniyan. So, always we have got the idea, when it is a subtler, all the little. And our concept of knowledge is what? Whatever is said, we have to form some image. Where do you do? So immediately said, Mahato Mahiyan. This Atma is bigger than the biggest, greater than the greatest. And where is this Atma subtler than the subtle and bigger than the biggest? Where? In your own guha. Atma asya jantor nihito guhayam. The Atma is guhayam nihitaha. This word earlier it was there. This cave of the intellect or cave of the heart. Whose heart? Janto. The word jantu, See, when you hear the word pashu, pakshi, pashu bana, jantu, kide makode. Little creatures, the mosquitoes and ants, jantus. All jivas are jantu only. No, I don't want to be called by jantu. Jantu is jiva. Because jantu means what? That is born and extends also, tanoti. That's called jantu. Oh, that way, the one who is born and slowly expands and all that. Okay, then it's all right. I thought you were calling me mosquito and all that. Thank you. This Atma subtler than the subtlest and bigger than the biggest. Nihito guhayam, it is there in the heart of the jivas. Who is able to see such an Atma? Tam akratuhu pashyati. Only someone who is a akratu pashyati. Now, just tell me, akratu means who is free from desires. A person who has become nishkama. That nishkama person sees this. And how does he see? Dhatu prasadat. Dhatu prasadat here means through the purity. Here prasada means purity. Purity of dhatu. Dhatu word, is used for so many elements are also called dhatu. The metals, elements, they are also called dhatu. And in our body also the bone, marrow, flesh, that are also called dhatu. But dhatu means that which sustains. Now, in this world, our whole complex is sustained by what? Our senses, our mind. Think of some person who doesn't have, see, one sense organ is not there, he can live. Two sense organs not there, he can live. But four sense organs are not there, he can't live. So, dhatu prasadat means by the purity of the senses and mind, then that person sees this Atma. What he sees? Mahimanam Atmanaha. The glory of the self he realizes. And then what is the result of that? Tataha vita shokaha bhavati. And then as a result of this realization, he becomes completely freed from all shoka. Shoka means sorrow, grief. Vita means completely gone. Tarati shokam atmavit. The knower of the self goes beyond all sorrows. This is a literal translation of this. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya jantor nihito guhayam tamakratu pashyati vita shoko dhatu prasadan mahimanam atmanah. We'll see the meaning tomorrow of this mantra. But we all want to be free from sorrow. We want to be free from grief. This is the sure method. All others are palliative. Thode. That is not the real solution. This mantra is beautiful. We'll see more of it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.